Today we are talking about shame. And this is like such a big topic. Like, where do you begin and how do you talk about it in like 5 minutes? And before rolling into our yoga class, some folks may see the topic and they'll say, "Oh, yep, that I know about that." And some folks may see or hear it and they be like, that's not a that I don't have a problem with shame. Like that's never something that I have to deal with. And it's those folks that are probably the most interesting to talk about, this topic with. So, shame is a natural human emotion. And when we talk about it, we often pair it with guilt. And I say we, I'm just sort of speaking in generalities, guilt and shame, things that we uh, contend with from time to time throughout our life. And the difference between guilt and shame. Guilt um, is the idea that I did something wrong, what we feel when we think I did something wrong. Shame is what we feel when we think there's something wrong with me. And whether it's I did something wrong because there's something wrong with me or there's just something wrong with me. And what goes hand in hand with shame, which really makes it tricky and interesting at times, is fear, shame and fear. Um, the fear of and when it when it's associated with shame, it's the fear of not being accepted. The fear that if they knew this thing about me or they know this thing about me, they others will not respect me, accept me, love me, deem me to be worthy of that. And perhaps, you know, they'll deem me to be unworthy because I am unworthy. And it's that feeling of um, or thought of unworthiness is what really feeds into shame. And shame, if you look at the article attached to the post, it references Brene Brown, who is an awesome speaker and researcher, and her whole thing is about shame and vulnerability. And she talks about it, and this and one thing that she talks about is how, well, we'll just say this, how shame thrives in secrecy and hiding it, you know, um, and being silent and not talking about it. And we keep these aspects of ourselves hidden from others because of this fear that we won't be accepted or will lose someone's love and admiration and all of that jazz. Um, we hide it. And that fear can be so great that we even hide it from ourselves. And hence, someone not even recognizing that shame is even there, like that our mind is a beautiful, complicated thing. And we all of these ego defenses that are unconscious, our way of defending and guarding ourselves against, things, ideas. And we come up with all kinds of tricks to hide things from ourselves, to hide this uh, shame from ourselves, whether it be um, projection, you know, intellectualizing things, denial. It can go to the extent of creating alternate realities where, what I did or this thing about me doesn't even exist. Like, no. um, it it really is an interesting thing. And, it can be, this fear and the thought can be so painful that um, it really can be so hard to get to, to even acknowledge that it's there. And when that, and like I said, shame thrives in silence and secrecy and in darkness, you know. And when that is happening, it can consume our lives and really take over, and can manifest in so many ways, in addictions, whether that's to substances or food or sex or work. Um, these defenses that I talk about are projecting onto others and blaming others and everyone else, for everything. Abuse. Um, it that fear can stop us from looking at ourselves, and seeing ourselves clearly, because we're afraid of what we'll find, you know, and that leads us to be unable to see others clearly and have empathy for others and care for others, when we are so unconsciously consumed by this fear, And so, what's the antidote? um, the and I'll refer back to Brene Brown here and what she says. Three things that are important in reducing the power of shame, and that is courage, compassion, and connection. And, you know, just even the idea of recognizing that it's there takes courage. And that's like the first step, how to reduce the power of shame. Bring it out of the dark, bring it into the light. um, Say its name. uh, Connect with someone. Now, having clear and safe boundaries is important. Like, you don't go share your story with everyone or anyone. You share your story with someone who, like Brene Brown says, has earned the right to hear your story. Because another thing that shame, that gives shame power is judgment. And most of the time, it's self judgment. We're judging ourselves all the time, right? That internal critic. And when we um, put ourselves in a vulnerable space or place with others, that takes courage. That is an important aspect of living a full and wholehearted life, is being with vulnerability and having the courage to be vulnerable. And it's, you know, when we open ourselves to someone or show ourselves to someone and we receive something that sounds like judgment, because we've been judging ourselves, we We either, whether they were judging or not, we that's our trigger, right? It triggers us to shrink right back into that dark space when we perceive judgment from others. And whether others, what others do, whether they are prone to judgment or not, when people are prone to judging others, they're also, that's, it starts within ourselves. That's all about them. What other people do, it's all about what's going on within their own internal, you know, construct and how they react to things. It has nothing to do with us, and the same vice versa. Um, what we perceive, if we take it personally, if it hits a button, if it triggers us, it means we're telling that to ourselves, that piece of judgment. So remembering, accepting ourselves, connecting with ourselves, and loving and accepting ourselves, it starts with that, which will allow us to be to to be able to more love and connect with others and not take things personally. And that's the key. So um, that connection is important. And really, this whole idea of shame really points to just how much we need each other, like how much we are communal beings, and how much our being in life is so interconnected, how we're so interconnected, and that this idea of acceptance and belonging is so important to us. And so what it all boils down to this is knowing that we are enough, that we belong, before all of the stories of who we say we are, to ourselves. Those are all stories, that who we are is that is a limited idea of who we are. Who we are is beyond that. It's much greater than that. And we are loved, and we are worthy of it, and we are enough, and that is just the truth. And all of the things that we may say to ourselves otherwise is a lie. So why am I talking about this? And for yoga, at the start of a yoga class, is because that's what yoga is all about. These the antidotes: courage, compassion, connection. That's what the practice of yoga is all about. So it's a we do it, and we practice it, and practice, practice, practice. That's life. That's living skillfully. So here we are. Welcome to class. Let's do it. So let's find ourselves here. Hi, Patrice, and uh, settle in. How about we start on our backs this morning? So if you can, um, if you're at work, Patrice, and you can lay down, go ahead and do it. Otherwise, just if you can, wherever you are, find yourself, get comfortable in your seat or on the ground, lying on the back with let the feet be as wide as the mat, or however wide feels comfortable, and allow the knees to just fall, to touch and rest against each other. Allow the left hand to rest over the heart, and the right hand over the belly. And allow ourselves just to feel the ground beneath us, feeling heavy, settling into the earth. With the hand on the heart, In the belly, you might notice the heartbeat, that beautiful and powerful engine that nourishes our body, every cell of this beautiful body with gratitude. The hand on the belly at our core with appreciation for our power. Read an article once about Maya Angelou, and someone asked her, "What would you want folks to remember about you after you are gone?" And she said, "I hope that people might say that I had the courage to love." And this courage to love starts with ourselves, compassion, wishing, may I be well, may I be happy, may I be free from suffering. Feeling the breath, noticing the belly as it rises and falls. Knowing that I am worthy of love because I am love. I'm always loved. And when you're ready, bring the knees into the chest and grab hold to the legs and nice ball, just giving ourselves a hug. Might rock from side to side, beginning to wake up, coming into the world. Open the knees wide, reach the hands through between the legs and grab hold to the outside of the feet for happy baby, Anandabalasana. The feet towards the sky. And do whatever feels good here, just to stay and feel that stretch. Or you might rock the baby from side to side. And when you're ready, once again, bring the knees into the chest and begin to rock and roll forward. Just rocking until you find yourself in a seated position. Sitting upright. Let's move to all fours. Grounding the hands into the earth. Beginning to invite movement. Inhale, drop the belly and curl the heart and head towards the sky, tailbone towards the sky. And on the exhale, reverse and arch the spine, tuck the tailbone, chin towards chest, really stretching out the back. And on the inhale, reverse once again, opening the heart, moving with the rhythm of your own breath, inviting even, steady rhythm of the breath as we move through cat-cow poses. You might invite ujjayi breath, which is an audible breath. It sound like a whisper or like the ocean. So that if you have a neighbor next to you, they might hear you. So that we can hear ourselves, reminding us of our connection to everyone and everything. On the next exhale, come to neutral spine. Inhale, reach the right foot out long and left hand out stretched in front. Inhale, exhale, and release back to the ground. Inhale, opposite left leg behind, right hand in front. Steady breath, inhale, and exhale, release. Moving to the opposite side once again. Inhale, reaching right foot, left hand out. And this time, exhale, bring the elbow and knee in together. And once again, inviting the flow. Inhale, lengthening, reaching out long. And exhale, elbow to knee. Moving in what way feels right for you. If it feels right to focus on staying and focusing on balance, do that and breathe, remembering a steady breath. And remembering our joyful intention here. And on the next exhale, release the hand to the ground. Inhale, reach left foot out long, right hand. And exhale, bringing elbow and knee together or staying with the balance or moving with the breath. Your choice. Again, with this steady breath and rhythm. Remembering that in our yoga practice, the intention is always to have a steady, joyful connection. So if you need to modify your pose, because everybody's edge is different, we find our edge and have the courage to meet ourselves there and breathe there and play there and explore what we find with courage. Inhale, neutral spine, and exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, curl the heart forward, cobra pose. Then exhale, push back to child's pose. And knees can be together or spread wide. Arms can be outstretched or at our sides. Whatever will allow you in this moment to settle into the earth and allow yourself to be supported right now. Making whatever adjustments you need. And remembering that this support is always there, even as we move through challenging positions on the mat and off the mat. Inhale, come forward, stack shoulders. Exhale, move to plank pose. Lift the knees or ground the knees. But either way, keeping the core strong and engaged, tailbone tucked. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Lower down, knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, curl the heart forward, cobra or upward facing dog. Then exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal out the feet. Move like you. You might want to open up the hips or sway the hips from side to side. If you need to put a deep bend in the knees, feel free to do so. Spread the fingers wide. Wrist creases are parallel to the front edge of the mat. Curl the tailbone towards the sky with knees bent deeply. And keeping that curve in the lumbar spine, can move the legs towards straight to wherever your edge is. Inhale, exhale. Inhale forward, stack the shoulders. You can always drop the knees at any point. And exhale, lower down your weight. Inhale, curl the heart forward. Then exhale, push back. Inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. And exhale, step it through to a low lunge. Ground the fingertips. And here you might use blocks to help reach the ground. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, come to rise with hands at the top of the thigh, or reach the hands towards the sky for crescent lunge. Exhale, one. Inhale, reaching the crown tall, and exhale, opening the heart, inviting a back bend in the upper chest, upper back that is. Inhale, lengthening, and exhale, opening. Inhale, reach, and exhale, hands back down to the earth. Step right foot back, downward facing dog or child's pose. Settling in here. Remembering, keeping the breath steady. Inhale and reach the left leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, find your grounding. And you can always drop a knee as an option, remember, but remain strong in both legs engaged equally on the front and back leg. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, come to rise with hands on the thigh or reaching towards the sky and crescent lunge. Exhale, one. Inhale, lengthening the spine and the crown. Exhale, opening the heart. Inhale, exhale. Release the hands to the ground. Step back, child's pose or down dog. Returning, remembering the breath. Inhale, reach the right foot to the sky. Exhale, step it through. And I'm just going to switch sides. Inhale and spin that back foot down to be parallel with the outer edge, with the back edge of the mat. And cartwheel the hands up to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Flip the palms up so that they're facing the sky. Feeling strong in our core, equal distribution of weight in both legs. Feeling how those shoulders fall and drop away from the ears. Feeling the shoulder blades slide towards each other on the back. Keeping that same sensation in the shoulders. Flip the palms down towards the earth. Gaze past front fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach the left hand down behind and reach back for peaceful warrior. Inhale. Exhale. Cartwheel the hands back down. Place left hand on the ground, pivot that back foot up for a twist. Planting that left hand, reaching the right hand to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale and bring that hand back down to the ground. Straighten the front leg and walk the hands over to the opposite side for a low lunge on the left leg. Pivot that back foot down and cartwheel the hands up. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Shoulders fall away from the ears, palms face up. Strong in the core, feeling our warrior selves, powerful and courageous. Inhale, flip the palms back down, gaze over fingertips. Exhale, 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, reach that left hand behind, peaceful warrior. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Pivot the back foot. Place right hand on the ground. Open the heart towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Hand back down to the ground. Pivot the feet so they're both facing the long edge of the mat. Folding forward. Prasarita Padottanasana. Wide-legged forward fold. Inhale. Exhale. And if the ground is accessible to you, placing the head on the ground or on blocks. You might even stack blocks if that would make this accessible. To find a place where you can rest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Come to rise. And we'll begin to invite a flow here, bending into the left knee on the inhale, on the exhale. And inhale, coming to rise. And exhale, bending into the opposite right knee. And go, play however deeply you would like here. If you want to go all the way down and lift the toes into the air, moving with the breath. Inhale, come to rise. Exhale, walk the hands over to the right foot, uh, moving back into a low lunge. Step the left foot forward, folding in to Uttanasana. And here we might bend the knees or use blocks to help us reach the ground. Inhale. Once again, finding that connection. Exhale. Inhale. Bend the knees and drop the seat. For chair pose, reach the hands towards the sky. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. And folding forward. Step the right foot back. Left foot back. Come down to the earth your way. Either knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga. And inhale, curl the heart forward. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. Fix my mat here. Once again, from downward facing dog, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, plant the left foot at a 45-degree angle and come to rise for Virabhadrasana 1. Hips are squared towards the front edge of the mat. Shoulders again fall away from the ears. Tailbone is tucked. Ribs are tucked. The belly, the core is strong and engaged. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and straighten that front leg. Exhale. Reach forward, coming down into Pashimutanasana. Again, hips are squared forward. Inhale, lengthening the crown and the heart forward. Another place to use blocks if you choose, or rest the hands on the leg. Really lengthening the spine. And exhale, folding in to wherever your edge is. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale and begin to shift the weight forward into the right foot until we find that that left foot can lift off of the ground. And how high it goes is up to you. But keep the toes pointed towards the earth so that the hips are squared towards the earth. And keeping the lifted leg strong and straight, however high or low it is in the air or towards the ground. And you can stay here with the hands grounded on the ground or blocks, or play with a balance, grabbing hold to the ankle or leg. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe and Release the leg to the ground. Shake it out if that's what you want to do. Again, being grateful for this body and delighting in our efforts. The journey is about the play. And it's really about the journey. The journey is the destination. So, coming to stillness here, step the left foot back, grounded at a 45-degree angle. Rise, Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Hips are squared forward. Belly is engaged. Shoulders fall away from the ears. Strong gazes forward. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, reaching forward and down to blocks or ground or the leg. Inhale, exhale, folding in. Looking within with compassion and love. Without any judgment, only acceptance. Because we deserve it. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale and begin to shift the weight forward, liberating the right foot off the ground to wherever your edge is. Toes face the earth, the leg is strong and straight. And you can stay and play here or play with balance, grabbing hold to the ankle or the leg. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3, and do 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. And release the foot to the ground. Inhale, lengthen the crown and the heart forward. And exhale, folding in. Grab hold to opposite elbows and just allow ourselves to sway from side to side. Do what feels good here. Inhale, lengthening the heart forward. And exhale, folding in once again. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the seat, chair pose. And exhale, hands in prayer. Rise to Tadasana. Standing strong. Feet are grounded in all 4 corners. Tailbone tucked. belly engaged, allowing that the lower rib cage to be tucked in. Shoulders fall away from the ears. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and bring the left knee into the chest. So shifting the weight forward or shifting the weight into the right foot, bringing left knee into the chest, and from here grabbing hold to the left ankle and dropping that knee, sending the foot behind us to move into Natarajasana, dancer's pose. Uh, so beginning to shift the weight so that we're moving forward at the pelvis and sending that back foot behind and sending the right hand out in front for dancer's pose. Inhale, exhale, one. Inhale, exhale, two. Inhale and exhale, three. Inhale, come to rise, and exhale, release. And so, remembering with our balance practice, we all are at different points in our muscle memory. So if you've done this before, then your body has a natural, an unconscious memory of how to get there. But if this is new to you, then you're figuring it out. So it's all good. We're playing, I always say, we're going to your edge and playing there. So here, shifting the weight into the left foot. Bringing the right knee into the chest and grabbing hold, or just sending it right behind and grabbing hold to that ankle. And you might play with balance here. This might be where you play. Grab hold to a chair or the wall, or have it nearby for your practice. And you might send the hand to the sky and shift in that way, or bring the hand to the chest and move out. Whatever works for you. How about this time I'll send this hand to the sky. Inhale, opening the heart, and exhale, coming forward. Inhale, exhale, one. Inhale, exhale, two. Inhale, exhale, three. Inhale, reverse the pose and release. Inhale, reaching to the sky, and exhale, swan dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, walk the feet out to both 45-degree angles. Drop the seat for Malasana. Bringing hands to heart center. You might sit on a block here If the toes, if the heels aren't touching the ground, that's fine. But if your heels are, if that is accessible, dropping the heels, dropping the tailbone towards the earth and lengthening the crown towards the sky. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Drop the seat. Exhale, reaching the feet out in front for Pashimutanasana. Forward fold. And here you can use straps to help you reach your feet, or place the hands somewhere along the legs, wherever is accessible, when walking the hands down. I like to sometimes start with a bend in my knees, a nice deep bend, generous bend in my knees, and folding forward, resting my head on the legs. And as I soften into the pose, sliding the feet forward a little bit more. And as I deepen into the pose, straightening the legs a little bit more. Just allowing the body to naturally open into this invitation. Going into ourselves, once again with compassion and curiosity. Inhale, come to rise, and exhale, falling onto the back. And taking whatever final adjustments or poses you'd like before moving into into Shavasana. And I'm going to read a poem by Mary Oliver. So coming to stillness, allowing the feet to fall open and the palms to fall open. Relaxing into this earth, letting everything go. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert, repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.